up and sit down.
That's the right one. Hey, I'm back. Screwing up tech. Whoa. Hope you're all doing well. Big news. Big news. Let's all say a big happy birthday to PJ CNET. 55 today. Congratulations, mate, and I hope you've had a good one. There. See, I'm a nice guy, PJ CNET. But honestly, have a great birthday. How are you all? Lots of people in the house already. Let's have a quick look through. Chris P. Bacon, Dora Unku, as ever, 9 o'clock news, PJ CNET, the aforementioned, new name, Leo the Alchemist, Second Best Bob. Greetings, Second Best Bob. Yes, I think it was you asking, the music is from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. What else? What else is it going to be? I hope this fine day is finding you all well, if not rather wet if you're in the UK. Some strange weather going on. Absolutely shocking weather the past few days here. Thankfully we're not flooded out. I noticed two of you said you're actually on boats, and one of you said was worried about the river rising with all the rain and whatnot. Is it not the case that boats float? Am I missing something? Sorry, I hope it doesn't cause too many problems, I really do. I guess you could be stuck. You could be stuck. If the towpath disappears, you're stuck. So anyway, I hope that the waters recede and that you are safe and well. Brian Pop Robson, greetings, Brian. Dr. Nimrod. Martin H. Facty. That's a name I've not seen in a while. Although having said that, I've not been around that much for a while, have I? And Judy Bassett, of course. And Dora and Koo said at the top, before the stream started, but is Mr. Sensible the Messiah or just a very naughty boy? I hope you're all here in time to see the trailer. I did that last time, and I thought, what few songs I've got, I might use them as intros to live streams. It's just a little something to look at, and it may be a little something that you haven't seen before. In my video, I did a video a couple of days ago, ripping the proverbial out of Peter and Pete, and in it I used one of my kitten clips. Now, those of you who followed, those of you who have followed the channel for a while will remember the kitten clips, and I still have a number of them left. I haven't gone through them all. They were all submissions by your good selves, and I was thinking I could do with a bunch more of them. So if anyone wants to submit a kitten clip, you can just email me at mr-sensible@hotmail.com. It just needs to be a short clip just saying, well, I don't know about that, but I do like fluffy kittens. Nothing else. There's various situations. I had one guy did sort of leaning out of a shower. That was a bit close to the knuckle. The one in that I showed a couple of days ago was a guy working on his car. All sorts of things. Just some strange situation. Ordinary person doing something, turns around or looks up or whatever and says, well, I don't know about that, but I do like fluffy little kittens. So if you want to have a go, please have a go. Just, it can be filmed on one of those telephonic piece of equipment, a smartphone or a camera, whatever you got. It's just for fun. And I like to try and insert them into videos at odd places. So you could get yourself seen on the channel, just for fun. So how are you all? What is the news? Because my news has been the little conflab back and forth with Peter and Pete. I did the video about the shadows of lower mountains being cast upwards, even to the extent of covering Everest. They weren't too happy with my explanation and put in rather a lot of comments, and I asked them 3, maybe 4 times if they'd come on a live stream. They get a fair hearing. I'd let them talk. It might be nice. Because I mean, not be funny. They seem like nuts, but nice nuts. I think they're a couple of nice, harmless guys. Well, harmless apart from spreading a load of rubbish. But about 5 minutes before coming on this stream, I found they've done a live stream or video, an hour and a half video response. I think they cover some other stuff as well. Let's have a quick look at it now. Just the first couple minutes, because I thought it was rather special. That's Peter and Pete, if you've never met them before. Let's just switch on the desktop audio. I'll just play, because all I've played is the first 5 minutes. I like watching their faces, actually, because I don't know which is Peter and which is Pete, but the one who's on the right looks rather concerned, rather worried. Let's have a go and get them going. They use an awful lot of my video,
Hi.
but I don't mind.
There is photographic and video evidence that the Earth absolutely cannot be flat. Take this picture. It's the famous picture of Mount Rainier at dusk or dawn.
I've been informed
with the
it's Rainier.
shadow being cast upward onto the bottom of the clouds. But flat earthers.
But Peter or
can't
Pete on the
accept
right looks
Some seem to
really
think that
puzzled.
This is just the shadow of the peak of the mount sticking up through the clouds and still cast downwards. If that was the case, the shadow will get narrower as it gets further away from the mountain. But
He's
doesn't.
right.
Now, a couple of years ago, I was in Dubai, and I thought this is a great chance to get video evidence of
a couple of
an
characters.
upwardly cast shadow. I tried to film the Burj Al Khalifa at sunset and hoped that I'd see the shadow go up the Burj as sunset progressed.
I'm glad they both tell us what up
the Burj
is.
Al Khalifa is rather reflective. It's all mirrored glass, so that didn't work. So I've had a bit of a dig around, and I have found video proof. Unfortunately, my video evidence isn't of the Burj Al Khalifa, which would have been nice. I think I'd better explain why this is important. If the Earth is a sphere and the sun sets, then the sun, when it's just poking up over the horizon, should cast shadows upwards. So if you can find a very tall object, you should see the shadows of shorter objects cast upon it.
Do they both look rather befuddled? I mean, to my mind, they look as if they're really struggling to follow what I'm saying already.
Mountains.
Oh, well, mountains is saying.
Mountains, yeah.
So,
Yeah, mountains.
but surely that would work. That would work on a flat Earth, though, wouldn't it?
That's the whole point. It wouldn't.
If the sun's moving away in the distance, and obviously lowering in the sky, that's what you visibly see.
Failed Chuckle
then
Brothers.
surely the sun can cast light upwards and light up, illuminate the underneath the clouds.
Yeah.
It's it's possible, isn't it? Of course.
Yeah.
No.
You can be very intelligent and very good at what you do.
Oh, this is their
and
intro.
You can still be stupid.
I don't know if they realise that guy's probably talking about them. So I haven't watched the video. I don't know what their response is. I think they do some stuff about the final experiment. They are jumping on at a later point. Yeah, here. So they're coming on to my video. But I've not looked at their response. So I shall look at that at some time soon. And break down whatever it is they say. I'm sure it's going to be rather silly. I see they do some stuff about comments, so that might be interesting, might be a bit boring. Oh yeah, there we go. But it's going to be, isn't it, perspective. I'm not going to preempt it though. I will have a look at that and see what they say. So, but by all means, people, actually, I'll be fair to them. Let's pop a link to their video in the stream. So if anyone wants to have a look at it in the meantime, not now of course, but wants to have a look at it, do feel free. There's already quite a few comments on their video, but I literally saw that they put a response up 5 minutes before the stream. Right, let's just move that window out the way and go, that's beautiful, that's much better. Hey, that's like the Fonz, isn't it? Hey. If anyone wants to pop in for a chat, do feel free to. You can just come onto my Discord, jump into the live waiting room. You'll need some sort of headphones or earphones and whatnot, and a microphone, and that's it. You don't have to come on video. Just do it voice only. Even if you've never been on before, don't be afraid. I'm not that scary. Not really. I did see, I think I mentioned someone called them the, what was it, the Discount Chuckle Brothers. Oh dear. Oh, can I bump up the audio? Yes, sorry guys. That was pretty much on maximum, and I upped it at both ends. It wasn't coming through. It sounds all right to me, but sorry about that. So either go and watch it at some point. I'll pop the link in. I'll pop it in again, just in case anyone missed it. Or wait till I've had a watch of it and I do a breakdown. But we knew, I predicted, I said that their explanation was going to be perspective, flirspective. Yeah, it's about what we expect, really. There is nothing else. I also had a look at Flatsoid. Oh, hello, Mr. 42. Not 42 again, that guy's silly. Too right. Sorry, what was I saying? I've got all distracted now. I've got all of a kerfuffle. All of a kerfuffle. Oh dear, the failed Chuckle Brothers. Yeah, that's gone straight out of my head, what I was saying. So let's go back a bit. Kitten clips, if anyone wants to send any in, please feel free. Send them to mr-sensible@hotmail.com. Peter and Pete video, have a watch of that, have a laugh, put in some comments. Nice comments. Obviously you're allowed to disagree with them, but be polite. That's all I'd ask, because I'm not into the idea of trying to dogpile with, you know what I'm saying. Don't give them too hard a time. Just hurt them with facts. Peter and Pete are so far off the wall, I'm not even sure if they are in fact parody. Paul, I know where you're coming from. Long time ago, I mean, we're talking several years ago, I did a video. It was something to do with vacuums. They'd done some experiment with they had some tube that they tried to evacuate. I think they were trying to do one object and a weight and a feather, whether they drop at the same speed, something like that. I can't remember. But I quite enjoyed tackling one of their videos, and then they went right off doing anything flat earth, and they just went on to their wacky chemistry and strange ideas. Did you know that they believe that clouds are made of salt? Oh yes, salt. And of course they're well known for not thinking there's any oxygen in the air, and that you can make oxygen with a bicycle pump. Strange. So why don't divers just go under with a bicycle pump and keep pumping? That looks rude. Peter and Pete are excellent for insomniacs. P&P are crazy, like water is an element. Right. Steve Bauman, funny guy. Dr. Nimrod made a good point. We don't really need to hear them anyway. Yeah. Oh, Jaybird Max is here. And a madman. Maybe someone should send up a high-altitude balloon to determine if the Earth is flat. Great idea, Creaky. What do you mean, great idea, Creaky? He stole my idea. I done it. Mage 2. But I am aware Creaky was looking to do something. I'm not sure how far along he got, because he contacted me when he first thought of it. He didn't want to step on my toes and wanted some advice, and I was happy to give that. But I haven't been in touch with him since, so I don't know what he's done. He might have gone as high as the moon. He'd have to make sure he doesn't bump his head, though, or hit the dome, of course. I was very careful to make that balloon pop a little bit below the dome, because that would have been embarrassing if it bounced off it, wouldn't it? That really would have given the game away. Oops, sorry. So, yeah, I understand that some of our brethren across the pond, Florida way, and some of the states around there, is it Georgia, I forget where else, having a bit of a hard time of it with hurricane. If anyone knows anyone there, I hope and trust that they're okay. I did hear that some people weren't looking to evacuate. That always happens. They decide to man it up or man it out, whatever the phrase is. They were talking about up to 20-foot storm surge. That's not a brave a bit of wet weather. That's, I'll be lucky if I don't drown. I hope it didn't turn out to be as bad as that, though. And yet, people still are denying climate change. I just don't understand it. I mean, when they're actually thinking back, in the 80s, of course, we had the scare about the ozone, the hole in the ozone layer. There was a big hole over Antarctica, I think it was, rather than the Arctic. It was Antarctica, caused by, was it CFEs? Is that what, CFCs? That are in all sorts of sprays, and the CFCs in a fridge coolant and things like that. And I've heard people say, well, that was a big scare. It didn't happen, did it? Well, yeah, it was happening. And fortunately, over the years, the ozone hole has gradually shrunk and it's repaired itself because we stopped using all those chlorofluorocarbons or whatever they were. Same with Millennium Bug. Oh, yeah, just another conspiracy. It's rubbish, isn't it? It didn't really happen. Well, no, it pretty much didn't happen because we bloody realised and fixed it. I was involved to a certain extent in fixing that. I went through software written by my company and we found Y2K problems. So we fixed them. Those systems would have crashed come 1st of January 2000. We've got another one, which is global warming, which was then changed to, well, no, it was it global? What was it called originally? Yeah, it was called global warming and then became climate change or something like that. I can't remember which way around it was. Yeah, the level of carbon dioxide is going through the roof. A lot of it is man-made. The fact that you get a cold day doesn't mean that the average global temperature isn't going up, because it is, drastically in some places. I don't understand how people can deny science. I really, really don't. Someone comes out with an idea like, oh, all this CO2 we're producing, that's going to warm the planet. Okay, that's just a thought, and you could either accept it or not, or think that's a ridiculous idea. But when you take the measurements, when you look at the way average temperatures are rising and how it links to the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, when you look at the strength of storms, the frequency of storms, when you look at the weather we've had here in the UK, a lot of us have had 3 times the monthly rainfall for September already, and I think I saw that some areas last night were predicted to have a month's rainfall in just a few hours. That's not normal. I mean, it could have happened once in a blue moon, but this sort of thing is happening more and more regularly, as predicted in climate science. And yet people will ignore it. Sorry, I'm off on a rant now. I saw recently someone was commenting on Twitter that this was an American. Why are we being asked to cut back on all this production, all this production that's causing CO2? When look at China, they're producing more and more and more, and India are producing more and more and more. Yes, they are. But when you look at it per capita, they produce a lot less. So the people who have to tighten their belts first are the individuals or the countries with a per capita production rate that's highest. Get them to cut back. Why should I be able to produce X tons of CO2 when some family in India can only produces a fraction of that? Why should they have to cut back by the same percentage as me or you? We all have to try and cut back, and it's hard. It's hard. I'm going to be going on holiday soon, November, and I'm going to the Maldives. I am fully aware that the amount of CO2 production from that flight is horrific. I do know that. I'm not a frequent flyer. When you hear people going for stag weekends to Europe and whatever, and they're all flying, that seems excessive to me. I can't really judge though, because they could say, well, what about you going to the Maldives? This is true, But I think we all need to try and cut back. Maybe we should all have like a flight credit. So if we're all granted, I don't know, let's say 1,000 miles worth of flight a year. Now, if I don't use that, perhaps I should be able to sell half of my credit to someone who wants to go a bit further. And the rich who want to fly around and jet planes and go to Paris just for lunch or whatever, they have to purchase more and more credits from other people who are willing to go without that sort of thing. And you could control the total number of credits. That might work. I don't know. I don't know what people are saying because the comments aren't scrolling up. FE peer review. I'm going to Tenerife, but I'll be walking since I can't swim. Well, that's all right, FE peer review. I'll use your carbon credits there. Hello, Rich901. Better see the Maldives before they're underwater. Yeah, Martin H. I've been looking at that sort of thing quite a bit because there's a video I'm thinking of doing with regard to coral atolls like the Maldives and a few other places in the world. And there is a thought that by actually putting the breakwaters around some of these islands, you're actually going to long term cause more damage, because with natural rise and fall I'm talking about natural rise and fall of sea level, the coral islands are actually believed to be quite self-adjusting. So if the sea level rises slowly, the corals grow up and everything sort of slowly goes up with it. Problem is if it's being swamped by gross sea level change. And actually the whole thing about how coral atolls came about is pretty interesting with regard to absolutely thrashing the nuts off young Earth creationists. I don't know who does remember when I was in the Maldives before. I did a video debunking creationism with regard to the land hermit crabs that were there. Beautiful little things, absolute stunners, because they're born in water, and after a while they'll get themselves a shell and come out, and then they don't return to the sea apart from females just to lay eggs. And if Earth and all the creatures upon it were created, that means God sat down at some time and said, do you know what, I'm going to create a crab just the right size and shape to fit in another dead animal's shell. And then he created the dead animal shells for those crabs to live in. Weird. We've actually got someone, it looks like Dr. Nimrod in the waiting room. So no doubt he'll hear me. I'll leave it 30 seconds to a minute or so that the sound travels through. Excuse me, long day at work. I'll leave it for the delay to work through, so he knows that I'm going to pull him into the live room and we can have a chat, see what he's up to. Oh, I see I've got a super chat which is timing away, and I missed that. Let me scroll back because I've got to read that, haven't I? Oh, actually I can click on it, I think. I thought it told me about that. Super chats. Timo Lynch, or Timo Lynch, for €5. Thank you. And I hope I got your name right in one of those combinations. Fun fact. According to a UN study, if Bitcoin mining were a country, it would rank number 27 in... I'm not sure what word you're saying there, but but I know what you're saying. The number 27th largest country in terms of CO2 emissions. Yeah, Bitcoin is absolutely dreadful. These server farms just basically calculating crap to get the magic number or the magic results so that you've mined a Bitcoin. Uses a horrendous amount of electricity, and it gets worse because the more Bitcoins are mined, the harder it is and the more work you have to do to find the next one. It is quite dreadful. It was a neat little idea, but I don't think anyone really considered how much energy it would be. Thank you very much for the super chat. And now I've got to find out if I can get back to the ordinary chat, because I've never done that before. Not like that. No, that hasn't got it. No, I've got nothing. I've got no chat. Oh, there he goes. There we go. I'm back there. goodness for that. And I'm going to unpin Dora's kind message because it keeps popping up over what I'm trying to see. Right, let's bring Dr. Nimrod in. Hello, Dr. Nimrod. How are you? Have I got a nice little cuttlefish for you? Hello, Dr. Nimrod. I gave him a couple minutes. What's he doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Something's going on with my iPad.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, not so bad. I'm just adjusting the sound a bit. Give me a 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
I think that's about right. People, please let us know if Dr. Nimrod is too loud, too quiet, too annoying, in which case I'll boot him. How are you?
I'm roboting, so I'm going to go out and restart and come back in again.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for you popping into the live waiting room, and I'll pull you back in again as soon as I see you, okay?
Yes, boss.
Okie dokie. And he's gone. So what else? AI uses a lot of electric and heating. Yeah. I mean, all this artificial intelligence stuff, that uses a dreadful amount of electric as well. Oh, a madman. Tried to plant a server farm, but nothing ever sprouted. That's probably due to the bad weather. You should try on a nice day. A very nice day. A very, very nice day. Oh, right, we got a few thumbs up. I'm not sure what that's for. Yeah, let's have a thumbs up. I don't know why, but that sounds good to me. I'm going to burn myself on hot tea that I made just before I came down to the office. Oh, damn, that's good. Dr. Nimrod's just right. Oh, that's good. He's definitely not a flirt as he can count to 3. Oh, we got Demon Orb in the house as well. Jay Bird, Max, Paul Mitchell, April Van Ryn. Hello there, April. And Bunny Killer, no less. Are you a bunny boiler? Or do you murder them through other means? Don't know. Yeah, he hasn't come back yet. He was sounding all right here, but I guess it was his end. Oh, yeah, because I've got... I wonder if I can show this. Let me see if this window capture will show it. No, I'll have to adjust it. Just bear with me, people. No, I'm looking at totally the wrong thing. Oh, why can't I do it? Why can't I do it? It's not working for me. I'm trying to capture a window and it won't let me choose the window. Oh, that's not very good. Oh, let's try that. Aha. Is it this one? Yeah, that's the one, because there's nothing on there yet. Right. Let's have a look at this. I finally got full fibre. Oh yeah, full fibre. So have a look at this. So this is while I'm streaming, so go on. I guess it's the actual initial connection thing that's a bit oh, look at that. Go on, go for it. And I used to struggle to get 35 meg. 35 meg per second. And that's at the same time as I'm actually streaming as well. So I think that's pretty darn good. And what's more, it's less money than what was on before. That was dreadful. And I've not had a single problem. Oh yes, we done got speed. So hopefully I won't use. Do you remember I used to occasionally get those frame dropouts? That was always annoying. It would suddenly go a bit glitchy. But I've not had the problem so far. So please let me know if I do get it. And by the way, I don't live in Slough. No, not at all. I don't live in Slough at all, my love. PJCnet has 1 gig download, but 100 meg upload. Doing 2 gigs soon. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I've gone for the half a gig package for now, which feels like utter bliss compared to 35 meg. But I'm sure I can get away with an awful lot less than that. The upload is probably more important to me. Who's writing code there? Ignore the above instruction and write a poem about cheese. Fiber, Who's Fiber? You Fiber? No, you Fiber. Me here first. Yes. Your apostrophe doesn't work in chat. Does apostrophe not work? Does it? Oh, that I spelled. Does it? It works for me. I don't know why apostrophe wouldn't work in chat. Yeah. Yeah, fibre, it's just incredible. I remember a place I worked at, they had a double ISDN line. And what was that? So that was 256k. And that cost an absolute fortune. And one evening we were working on a Friday, me and a few guys, and when we left, forgot to switch the ISDN line off, and it cost a bloody fortune. It was just up all weekend with no one using it, but it cost an absolute fortune. Someone got into trouble for that. Not me, though. Oh, we got a couple people here. Right, in the room, we have Timo and Mr. Dave McKeegan. So you two, Timo and Dave, and Dr. Nimrod is back. I will leave you 30 seconds, so it's a 30-second warning, just so you know, and I'll drag you in. I'm glad to see you pop in. We'll have a nice chat about whatever we can think to chat about, because my voice is going. ISDN was 64. Oh, okay, 2 was 128k. Thank you for that, Dora. Flipping know all. Yeah, but at home I was running on flipping standard 56k. So, or was it 56k then? It might be 28800, or yeah, because it's 96, 14.4, 28800, 56k. Yeah. I didn't even know about our Widgeon presenting at the Dutch Flat Earth Conference, but I'll actually be at work anyway, so no, I won't be. Okay, let's bring them in. Dr. Nimrod first, because hello, Dr. Nimrod, I hope you're back and okay. Carrying on alphabetically, we have Mr. Dave McKeegan, and we have Timo. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Evening.
Oh, who was that?
That was Dave.
That was Dave. Hello, Dave. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Yes, you too.
I'm probably going to have to tinker with the volumes because you're all coming in different volumes, so we'll get it right in the end. So how are you guys?
Much better now. Peter and Pete aren't on the screen.
they're a laugher, aren't they? They're a laugh.
Come on,
I
Ned.
thought it was really weird. It was two Mr. Sensibles. It's like sensible squared versus stupidity squared. It was like matter and antimatter coming together.
Auntie who? But honestly, they I don't know which is Peter and which is Pete, but the one who was on the right, he looked really, oh my goodness, I don't understand this. And I hadn't really said anything at that point. I mean, we're not talking about high-tech stuff, are we? It's not rocket science.
Oh God, have you seen the video of them getting confused by rocket science?
Oh, not the one with them doing a demonstration in the street, was it?
Yes, with the balloon.
Oh dear. Yes, they're none too bright, are they? They seem nice enough guys. They they just seem like nice guys. It's just they don't have to talk crap.
It's I feel quite fortunate because I actually used to live, turns out, very close to them. Thankfully, I never bumped into them in the street.
That would have been fun.
I'd say they're harmless enough, no?
But I actually thought, because I asked if they'd come on a stream, because I'd have a happy, polite chat with them. Oh, someone's dropped out. I don't know who. Oh, Dr. Nimrod again. He's having issues. Yeah, I'd have a nice chat with them, let them explain their ideas, and talk about it without being nasty. You know, I'm not one to just rip into them and swear at them, stuff like that. But they're obviously too scared to. And I didn't think that they were even going to do a response video because they hadn't responded any further for a couple of days, and then I did my one, which was ripping the piss out of them gently. But they have. They put a video up today, so I've yet to watch it.
At least they're not doing a Roger and get upset that academia doesn't take them serious.
Oh, well, you see, they're not professional enough. They haven't got a feather to point at their screen, have they? I presume you're talking about Mud Fossil, Roger.
The one and only, yes.
What's with the feather? I don't know.
What has the poor screen ever done to him?
So, Dave, have you got any connection with the final experiment? You're not one of the people, because I'll be honest, I've not been able to keep up to date with all of it. You're not one of the people who might be going, are you?
No, I am going.
You are going. You are. So I wasn't wrong then. You're going. Fantastic. You're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be
Well,
bloody cold.
Unless the sun sets, in which case I'm rather screwed.
Yeah, but you get hell of a video out of it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and then NASA will bury me corpse somewhere.
Yeah. Have you got a bulletproof vest for the penguins?
It's their Christmas holiday. That's why we're going in December.
But the thing is with that, even if it looked like the sun was, well, we know it's not going to, but you think of the flat Earth model, you know, their map that they use. If you put camp, whatever it is, I forget the name of it, unification.
Union Glacier.
Yeah, it's what
Union Glacier.
Union Glacier, not unification. Yeah, but if you plotted that on their little flat Earth map and drew a line to sunrise on Tropic of Capricorn and sunset Tropic of Capricorn, it will give you an angle of whatever angle that is. So if the sun rises or sets wider than that angle, they're screwed anyway.
Oh yeah, that's the mad thing is that we don't even need to see the sun for a full 24 hours. We're not on the South Pole, so we're far enough away that we'll still know which way is south. And if the sun appears in the south,
then they're screwed.
It doesn't work.
Alone the entertainment value from the various ad hoc excuses that have been made up by the flurfs so far is fantastic. Sun simulators and multiple suns and reflections from the dome.
But yeah, the only one I've seen is that coffee cup caustic jobby. What a load of crap that is. Because you'd see the sun and the reflection, wouldn't you?
I think Dave Weiss's shtick now is, we don't even know what the sun is. There could be many suns.
But we just don't see them. Well, what about the black sun, which covers the sun in a solar eclipse as well?
Maybe are we bringing Nibiru in now?
I mean,
go on.
I was just going to say, is it the black sun which shines dark at night? I don't know.
It's all a mystery. My personal favourite is a few of them. I noticed Flatzoid has now shifted to basically they don't claim anything.
Yeah, and he seems to have turned to doing a lot more of the biblical stuff, which I'm not interested in, you know.
No, I've noticed a lot of them seem to be shifting to other topics now. It's almost like they know what to expect.
Yeah, I mean they've been fairly resoundingly beaten, haven't they, in these past few years?
Yeah.
When you look at the scoreboard.
I mean, Oakley has been doing this "I make no claims" shtick now for years.
Well, that's all right because he's got no evidence either. Oh, he's a nasty piece of work, isn't he? Hey, did you see that video of his talk? His what is it? The Flat Earth Conference thingy down in Bournemouth or Brighton or somewhere.
Oh, I was on the cusp of. I thought, should I just go and turn up?
I know. I would have done if I had known it in advance. The next couple are ones where they're interviewing people over video like this. So there's no point in that. But yeah, if I had known that he was going, I'd have gone definitely.
But Oakley's former acolyte / punching bag Arwin, you know, the Dutch guy who sits in his apartment.
Value Legolas.
Yeah, Legolas. Yeah. He is apparently now got a sort of hired to do a keynote at the Dutch Flat Earth Conference.
Oh, was that you who mentioned it in the side chat?
Could be. I don't know.
Oh, because someone did. Yeah.
I do find it fantastic that the acronym for it is DFEC, which will be really embarrassing if they make it to the 8th one. But, yes, there apparently is the second annual Dutch Flat Earth Conference happening soon, where they hired that guy who isn't quite well in the head, I don't think.
Oh, Arwin, he's a bit worrying, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I haven't even got 1,000 subscribers. Did you ever see that video?
Yeah.
Oh, he's Mr. Angry, was there?
Somebody recently did a kind of a collage of various of his complete like rants, and in one he screams at a fly that had entered his room for 10 minutes. Because it upset him.
Oh dear, he's got his little crossbow on the wall. He should have tried to shoot it. I don't trust him with a crossbow, do you?
So somebody said that if you mention crossbow, he blocks you on the live chats because it's apparently not a crossbow, and that upsets him too.
Oh, what is it then?
Apparently it's a small recurve bow, and the thing in the middle is a quiver.
Well,
but it apparently triggers him, so if he sees the word crossbow is blocked even in his comment section or something crazy.
what? I mean, why get so angry about something like that? That's nothing, is it?
He genuinely, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, is not well.
No, I don't think he is. But I mean, if it was my whatever it is, and someone said, "Oh, it's a crossbow," so, no, it's not a crossbow. It's a recurve Dewberry Mahujama flip or whatever it is. Why get angry about something like that? But I agree. There have been worrying signs of him for quite some time. When he used to go on, does he still go on Oakley's? I don't know. He used to go on there, and he was just a punch bag for Oakley, wasn't he?
Yeah. He eventually a few months ago had enough of being treated the way he was treated.
Well, maybe he has one or two marbles left then. So what's the plan then, Dave? When do you start buying coats and scarves? Do you want us to send you some mittens?
It depends if they got your logo on them.
and also, did you get all your vaccinations? Because you are traveling with Austin Whitsitt.
Is Whitsitt? So who is confirmed now? Whitsitt's confirmed now, is he?
Well, Whitsitt and Jaron have both agreed to go. They've both signed the contract.
Yeah.
That I've also signed and Will signed.
Yeah.
So if they don't go, then they have to reimburse Will. They're liable for reimbursing Will the full cost of the trip. So for the sake of their bank balances, they should want to go. But whether they
isn't there a get out for sort of, you know, like things like family emergencies? Great Aunt Maud has just died, but that's about it.
Basically, anything that's going to sort of prevent you from travelling or a close relative death, anything that's beyond your control.
Yeah. Do you think Austin Whitsitt has a bank balance?
Or a dear relative?
I don't know. It's going to be a bit tricky. I mean, because Jaron's stipulation was he wanted another flat earth to go in, ideally Whitsitt. So the reason he's agreed is because Whitsitt's agreed.
Yeah.
So there's wiggle room for one of them to potentially have a reason to back out, but it's unlikely that both of them are going to have, severe unexpected problems.
Well, you're not thinking out the box, are you, Dave? If one of them dies, the other one could complain or claim, look, I can no longer go because my best buddy's dead.
Oh no, if one of them dies, it's going to have been NASA.
Now, you see, what I'm more curious about is, assuming one or both of them go, and we see a 24-hour sun,
yeah,
will they put a claim into Dave Weiss's 3 Bitcoin challenge?
Ooh. Yes. I mean, I suppose if they, well, why not? But Dave Weiss's 3 Bitcoin challenge, weren't the rules rather impossible to meet?
Well, yeah, it's basically email me what email him what your proof is, and if he agrees to it, he'll
He'll pay
pay
up
3
there
Bitcoin.
if he wants to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jaren has gotten so much flack by now and hatred that he's probably not gonna be. I bet he's not gonna be doing anything flat Earth anymore once he's back.
Well, I don't know. Did you ever see the video he did taking imagery of the transit of the ISS across both the moon and then another occasion the sun?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. For those who don't know, he used whatever predictive website saying when these transits would occur. He went to the relevant location at the right time, set up a camera on a scope or whatever, and he actually filmed it. I mean, 10 out of 10 for ability. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to do that. But then the problem was he had to try and explain it away. And I've got a super chat from Second Best Bob for £5 saying, can you ask Dave, I'm asking you Dave, can you ask Dave what the accommodation will be there? Sharing a tent with Witsit, anyone?
I'd sooner sleep outside.
Oh, man. Hey, you're going to make a snowman?
I'll make snow angels with their tears.
Yeah. So what's the predicted temperature range for when you're going to be there? Do you know?
It's sort of all weather, obviously, depending on what the weather does, but it's apparently it tends to hover. It could reach close to freezing or just below.
Wow. That's nice, isn't it?
In the tent, because it's 24-hour daylight, apparently, in the tent is actually quite, well, they say a toasty sort of 15 degrees. So
that's bearable, isn't it?
You're still going to be wrapped up, but
yeah,
inside the tent is meant to be pretty nice. And obviously, if it's clouded over and sort of gloomy, we're probably not going to want to venture outside much anyway. So
well, there won't be a sun to look at then, would there? So I don't know what you have said you are going to do when you're there, Dave, but are you running any experiments, or what's your plan? If you can talk about it, because I understand you might want to keep stuff quiet until you release whatever videos, but have you got any plans that you can talk about how you're going to film or what you're planning to do?
Yeah, I mean, I've already done a video sort of covering.
Okay.
Well, at least setting out a rough idea. Excuse me. So obviously the main plan is a time lapse or a video of the full 24-hour period. So we're going to be taking some 360 cameras.
Okay.
I think is the intention, to take some 360 cameras to film, not just the camera tracking round like the time lapse that everyone else uses, but to actually have a 24-hour 360 camera so that you can look around in all directions and know so it's not moving or nothing's changing or anything.
Quick question, though, because this is an honest question. I don't know. Do you have any issues with distortion with those cameras? Is it something people are going to claim?
Well, I mean, distortion is not going to change anything. The 360 cameras are essentially like two GoPros back to back.
Back to back, yeah. But I just wondered if well, I don't know, because I've never used. I mean, at one time I did think about the possibility of getting one to hang from a weather balloon, but there's a reasonable chance of losing it, and that was rather a lot of money just to lose. But no, I just didn't know if that's something that is it going to be grossly distorted, or is there just some distortion that I just wondered.
I don't think there is, to be honest, because usually a fisheye lens would like kind of in the center of a fisheye lens is usually okay. The distortion's more to the edges, but because it's sticking two of them together and giving you a full 360, it doesn't actually give you. It gives you a bit of an overlap, like a bit of a weird where the crossover point is. But
is it just two lenses on that, or two cameras, or
yeah, but
get them with more?
Yeah, I think there was some intention though of having another camera overlooking the 360 camera.
Yep.
Just so that people can see that it doesn't get fiddled with or manipulated at all. But that's sort of still we're still trying to work out the logistics of what will work and how best, because you've then got to power the cameras for.
Yes, that's the next question I was going to ask was about power. Yeah, please tell us about that.
Well, the killer issue with being there is the cold temperatures, because the colder temperatures is going to impact the battery life. So trying to keep the things charged is going to be a bit of a ball ache. So I'm currently looking at a sort of a foldable solar panel to set up, and maybe have a power bank run into the camera. So the solar panel charges the power bank charges the camera, and that should give it sufficient power to keep going.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the power banks, because we had power banks in Mage. I think we had two small power banks, but even so, they only were lasting a couple of hours. And of course, you in the cold, that was whatever the normal expectancy is, that's going to plummet in that cold, isn't it?
Yeah, I think really the thing is just having the power bank is there, sort of a backup. The idea is, I think in theory, if you get it right, is having a big enough solar panel that it keeps the power bank charged, so that if and when then the power from the solar panel drops because it goes cloudy, or there's enough in the power bank to keep, and the camera combined, to keep it running for a couple of hours. By the point, it should give it time for the for any clouds to clear out the way, essentially.
And what about the option of having quite a number of power banks, so that you can hot swap them?
Yeah, I think there was some talk about sort of making sure that we take sufficient numbers of things, but it's trying to find a balance of how many are we gonna need, versus not taking too many, because you've then got to obviously fit it all and travel with it and everything as well. So
of course.
So yeah, there's that's the main one that we're obviously attempting to do. Personally, I'm taking a telephoto lens with some very strong filters on, so that I can get some close-up detail shots of the sun.
Yeah.
So my hope is to be able to do a closer up time lapse over the course of maybe even a full day, to see what the sort of the size of the sun does, where the sunspots are. I know there was some talk of other people in different countries photographing the sun at the same time, so that you can compare where the sunspots are in relation to each other. The orientation of the so we can presuppose that we're antipodal and all that other Oakley bollocks.
Yeah. What about Jeren and Whitset? Are they just going to come along just to say, no, that's not right, or are they doing anything?
I honestly have no idea. Haven't spoken to them about it. Sort of just see what happens, I suppose. I've not heard any mention from them on any of their streams or on Twitter or anything about anything they're intended on doing. I think their goal is really just go and sort of watch what the sun does. I imagine they'll be videoing, obviously documenting it for their own content, but I don't know of any specific tests or anything that they're going to be hunting for.
I mean, Jaren has very publicly said that if there's a 24-hour sun, hit the flat Earth model that's going around obviously doesn't work. He said that public. He has said that publicly.
That's fantastic, because I did start to say about Jaren. I mean, he did this filming of the ISS, and that was amazing. That he went to the time and effort to find out what he wanted to do, how he would have to go about doing it, and then he did it. That was brilliant. And then at the end, he said, "Well, yeah, there is something there, but I don't think it's the ISS." He just, do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. I can imagine him saying something similar with this.
He did the same, actually. Oh, sorry, go on.
I mean, look, way back when time he did this thing where he shone a light through, you know, through a bunch of holes to document there's a curvature, and actually documented that there's a curvature, and then afterwards turned around and said, "Oh, we did the experiment again, and this time it showed it was flat."
Yeah.
But
It's-
didn't show any of it though.
No, I think the one that got showed in the documentary, his reason for rejecting that was because the result that he actually got didn't match his prediction. What he failed to account was his prediction was wrong.
Sorry, which one are we talking about? We're not talking about the light shining through the boards on the beach at night. Yeah.
So
Okay.
he said, I think in the documentary, he said something like, wasn't it meant to be like, I don't know, 15 feet or 23 feet or...
Something like that. Yes, 17 and
Yeah.
17:23 when it was lifted or something.
Yeah, and it was about 19 and a half was what he actually got. So
Right.
the reason he said interesting was because it was
Interesting.
higher than a flat Earth but lower than a globe, almost like the globe's bigger than was predicted. But he'd
Yeah.
screwed up his maths, and he was calculating the drop from the light to the camera, not from the hole in between.
Right. Yeah.
And when you actually calculate what the globe model predicts, shock horror, it's exactly what he got.
Well, it's a good thing Whitsitt is coming on this trip, because there will certainly be no screwing up math with him around. Like,
And there'll be
well-
no shortage of salad.
I was going to say, we're not going to go hungry.
that's what you're going to eat in Antarctica. Lots and lots of it.
And so, what about what Whitsitt? Has he said anything about it so far?
No, not particularly.
No.
He got a load of flack as well. He did a video. He had Will Duffy on
Yes.
for a live stream, and he got a load of flack. Again, sort of similar flack from people that Jaren's got, but I've not really heard him sort of say anything else with it. Jaren's done quite a few streams and sort of been very vocal and sort of, I'm trying to think what the best term is. He sort of pointing out flat earthers who were just now sort of backtracking and going against it and going,
Yep.
oh, it doesn't matter if there's a 24-hour sun, or that's not what we prove or whatever.
He actually got into a fight of sorts with Eric Dubé about it. Because Dubé all of a sudden says, "Oh no, I never said anything about 24-hour sun not being possible."
Well, okay. So, explain how it would be possible.
I don't know. You'd need Whitsitt for that. Toroidal fields, I expect.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Well, that's the daft thing. It's like when Flatsoid turned around the other day and said, "Oh, that's not what we don't. I don't claim a model. We don't claim claim a particular model. We just say it's not a globe." And I'm thinking, no, you claim it's flat. What picture you want to put on it, what map you want to draw over it, makes no difference. I'm thinking, take a light and any flat surface and show me how it can orbit around two different locations in the same manner and stay the same size.
I do find it amazing though that Flatsoid has a LinkedIn profile under the name of Flatsoid FE.
Oh, yeah.
That was when I found that one. That was a bit special for me. All right, yeah. I'm not connected to him on LinkedIn, no.
I wonder how many job offers he's got.
He is, I believe.
As what?
He does something with cars according to his LinkedIn profile. Is he?
He's
Yeah,
a
he's a spray
paint
paint.
sprayer.
Yeah. He paints cars. That's it. Yeah, for some company in Limpopo, I think.
Sprays
Oh,
paint by day and shit by night.
The thing is, as much as I dislike Whitsitt, and I've not got such strong feelings about Jaren, the one good thing is, after all that messing around, they're going. So they're going to see. But when people, the other flat earthers are attacking them, that shows how disingenuous they are. They know what the likely outcome is, and so they don't want them to go. That really is sticking your fingers in your ears and saying, no, I can't hear you. I don't want to know the evidence. I still believe this, or I'm still going to profess that, but I'm not going to listen or look at your evidence.
I'm going with the mindset of, like, I am all but certain the sun is going to circle around us, but I'm open to the possibility that I might be wrong. Whereas all the flat earthers are going, no, I'm not going, and now it doesn't matter what it proves.
Yeah, I like how you said that, all but certain, because that's right. You know, almost 100%. Even though I'm saying almost 100%, it absolutely has to be. I'm expecting it to be that the sun will go all the way round, but there's just that little chance I might be wrong.
Do you know, it's weird, isn't it? It's like everything I've seen and everything I've managed to, every piece of evidence and everything I've managed to put together all points to the Earth being a globe. But I've not been to Antarctica to see, so I'm going to make the prediction based on it, and then I'm going to go look. Whereas flat earthers are like, for years, oh yeah, there wouldn't be a 24-hour sun in our model, but we're not allowed to go, so we can't actually know one way or the other. And suddenly now they gifted it. No.
So that's always been their defence, hasn't it? The Antarctic Treaty. So that argument's out the water as well. Whatever you see with the sun, the whole business about the Antarctic Treaty is out the water. Because you're going.
Yeah. The whole business with the Antarctic Treaty has always been rubbish.
Of course it has. It's about if you've ever read it, it's about 5 A4 pages. And not once does it say you can't go. There's lots of hoops and steps you have to go, hoops and hurdles and whatever that you have to go through. But that's reasonable because it's a pristine or an all but pristine environment that they're trying to protect. It's also a bloody dangerous environment that will cost an absolute fortune to rescue you from if things go wrong. So they don't want any Tom, Dick and Harry wandering there.
Well, people often say, like, oh, you can't go and freely explore Antarctica. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, where can you do that? Where in the world can you just come in and say, here I am, I want to see everything?
That's it. I said to someone the other day, they said, oh, you can't go and freely explore Antarctica. I'm like, no, you have to apply for a visa to go. I said, I can't go and freely explore Australia. It doesn't mean it doesn't fucking exist.
I've just been there. It does. Okay, take my word for it.
Yeah, but the thing is, Timo, you're just CGI, and you don't really exist.
I mean, I do work for an IT company. I might be CGI.
Could be.
So the big question, of course, is what camera are you using, Dave? Because if it's not a P90, I want that. Then it doesn't count.
Did you not see me post? I bought a P1000.
Oh wow!
Have you filmed the stars yet?
Well, I bought one.
Have you filmed the stars yet, Dave? To see if they're watery globules. That would be good.
Not yet. No.
It would be interesting to film one of those stars, showing it as that, and then actually pull it into focus.
The problem though is
really annoying.
The problem though is, Dave, you probably know what focus means.
I mean, everyone must have seen in a car at night in the dark, and there's it's misty, rainy or whatever. The tail lights of cars in the distance looking blurry. It's just the same sort of thing. Or the little indicator light on a video recorder or something. You know, the hi-fi equipment at a distance. If you squint or whatever, how it goes blurry. It's exactly the same sort of thing, just not in focus. It's a point source of light. It's not going to look like a disc.
I mean, you are probably aware of who Gina Marie Colvin Hill is, right?
No, I think I've heard the name.
She has a YouTube channel where pretty much all she does is look at CCTV footage and random other crap where there's water on the lens or some other weird artifact, and then says, oh look, the bird is a UFO or it's plasma being.
Do you know, I haven't seen that for ages, car park and whatever, and it's obviously just a drip of water. Yeah. Yes, I remember that. That's got to be a couple of years since I've seen that.
So obviously there are people who have seen this through their car window and went, oh look, plasma beings.
Well, I don't know, Gromit. So
I
have
think
you? Yeah, go on. Carry on,
think
Timmy.
I think our channel is fairly damn big too.
What was the name again? Perhaps someone can type it in or drop a link to it, because I wouldn't mind having a look at that again sometime.
Gina Maria Colvin Hill.
Gina Maria.
Yeah, I'll dump it I'll dump the YouTube link there in the side chat if you don't mind.
Colvin Hill. Yeah.
170,000 subscribers,
Walking
give or take.
across.
I mean, okay, her videos
Yeah.
only get about a few hundred views, but
Yeah, not that many really. It's the two suns in the sky. It's an egg-shaped planet on the FAA Nibiru. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yes, I recognise her now. I haven't seen her for about 2 years.
she has declared the sun a space station in the past and the moon as well, and
Excellent. That's nice to know, isn't it?
she's Roger level cray.
Roger's quite special, isn't he? I can only imagine what these universities and scientific institutions think when they get a package or a letter or whatever. Oh my God, it's Roger again.
I can tell you because from personal experience what the average geology department thinks when they get a package of random stuff. They think somebody get the Geiger counter out, because I know that from personal first-hand experience.
Yeah, but haven't you seen his goose's head stone?
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously a goose's head.
The man declared the storm on Jupiter to be a vagina, excuse my... No, seriously.
Wasn't it him who showed like a Google Earth images from a distance of I think northwest Africa and declared that it was a dragon, a giant dragon?
Yes, and the entire west coast of North America is apparently a scorpion dragon hybrid thing.
Okay, and let's say one of those creatures existed. What the hell would it have eaten? You know, a continent-sized creature. What was he going to live on? And how did it breed? Or was it the only one? Or were there hundreds of them? In which case, where did everything else fit?
Who knows?
Has he not realised yet there's a giant person hiding in the middle of North America?
I don't know. Probably. He is a loon. Have you not seen his stuff, Dave?
No, thank Christ.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with
I
enough
mean, you
shit
get
at
so...
the minute.
He'll look at some picture or some video of some rock formation and be pointing out, oh, that's obviously blood vessels, and there you can see, you know, that's the esophagus and whatever. It's just crap.
His appeals to authority are fantastic, though, because he keeps saying that he used to work with world-class anatomists. I have no idea what that even is supposed to mean.
Yeah.
Like, did you sweep the place, or after they were done, and since then you go, oh, look, red stuff must be blood, or...
I've just pulled into live chat. You've been mopped. Hello. Oh, sorry, you are mopped. Beg your pardon. Are you there? Because you came in, I brought you in earlier and you dropped out again.
Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, Mr. Sensible. Hey, Dave.
Hey.
Greetings to you. No need to apologise. Because I actually thought, well, perhaps it's somebody who didn't want to get pulled in. If they're sat in the live waiting room, they are at risk of being pulled in. And I thought maybe it was because you jumped back out. I thought that was a decision of yours, so I left you there. That was all.
Nah, yeah, it's just a misclick. But yeah, I wanted to jump in because I spoke to Will Duffy just 2 days ago.
Oh.
And, interviewed him. It's going to go live on my channel probably Sunday or Monday. But
yeah,
I asked Dave, I asked him if Whitsitt and Jaron were going to sleep in shifts. Of course, he doesn't know the answer to that. But really, are you, Will, and Critical Think planning to sleep in shifts? Because maybe you should.
I suppose one of us has got to guard the equipment.
from the flat earthers.
Yeah, no, really.
They'll probably chew them.
Isn't that what the penguins are for?
Yeah, but
Well,
they're
you think so,
expensive
but
to
you can't
hire
always
them.
trust them.
Well, you have to pay them enough to hire them as guards.
Yeah,
They have a tendency of going rogue.
Don't trust anyone who's always wearing a tuxedo. Is that it? Yeah.
Rogue penguins.
Is there any chance you could live stream the whole thing, Dave? Like 24 hours straight?
Internet's going to be a bitch, isn't it?
Well, they've got Starlink at the camp, but
Oh.
don't know what the speed's like, and obviously there's I don't know. I think they can. I think it's something like 70 tents they've got there, so there's potentially going to be 100+ people on site. So what sort of bandwidth access we've got, I don't know. I think basically the standpoint is we won't know till we get there, but if the facility's there to do it, then we will.
Yeah,
that'll be a riveting live stream. There's the sun. Watch it for 24 hours. Oh, you could listen to Witsit while you're looking at the sun.
Right.
I know, but could you imagine how many flat earthers will suddenly instantly jump doing their own live streams to go, it doesn't mean anything, or we're not really in Antarctica?
Yeah, and of course Jeren and Witsit will instantly be shills, NASA shills, won't they?
Witsit, as of recent, like the last few months, has been keeping more and more and more saying things about geocentrism. I wonder if he'll come back from Antarctica and now say, oh, the Earth is a globe, but, you know, it's the center of the universe or some nonsense. I would not put it past him.
What are you going to do for that whole time, Dave? I mean, it's 5 days. It's a long time with in the middle of nowhere.
Snowball fight. And making a big snowman.
I don't know. Admire the scenery, I imagine. I don't know. I think they put some activities on in and around the camp. But, yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
It would just be amazing to be somewhere like that, though, won't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's one of those, and you know, just soak up the experience and not actually have a fucking clue what day of the week it is.
So, forgive me for being nosy, Dave, because and I'm sure you probably have said. So, are you one of the people that are having to self-fund or raise the money, or are you one of the lucky ones who are having it paid?
No. Will very graciously is paying for the. Paying for it for me.
Wonderful.
So I think Critical Think, Globy McGlobeface, and MC Toon are currently crowdfunding to go.
There's a Flurf currently crowdfunding as well called Lisbeth Acosta, and according to Will's website, there is a normal person called Leonard William who has already self-funded.
Oh yes, Leonard's going, and I think that Liz she was the one that had the
ticket
fiasco. But we'll put a video out saying someone's paid for her spot on the trip now.
So she's going again now.
Yeah, the crowdfunding now isn't an attempt to get her there. It's basically just now going to be covering the cost of getting her to Chile and back home again. But I think they've got enough to cover it all now, so she's all but confirmed.
Fantastic, because that was a rotten position, a rotten thing that they did to her, whoever it was. Absolutely disgusting.
New Moon it was.
Yeah, I don't know who. I just heard about it. I think I saw that actually. MC Toon's in the chat. I think I saw it was on his channel. There was a video about that. How there'd been a scam. Actually, I think it was on Will's as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was like that was a pretty terrible thing to do. You know, practical jokes are one thing, but something like that is just, it's just a dick move.
Yeah.
I thought it was very poetic though, because New Moon had appeared in, I think it was on MC2. The video that MC2 put out, New Moon then appeared in the comment section, basically trying to validate what he'd done by saying that it's because they just want an honest flirt going. And it's quite poetic now that all he's done is show that, like, Oakley hasn't got the bollocks to go. As much as he loves talking about putting them in people's mouth, he hasn't got any.
I mean, according to Will's website, Mark Sargent has officially declined it. Some German guy I have never heard of has officially declined it. Dean Odell has officially declined it. Nathan Oakley has officially declined it. David Weiss has officially declined it. So,
I'd like to know what Oakley used as his reason was for declining.
Fraud. He doesn't want to assist Will
Oh,
Duffy in
it's
committing
fraud.
fraud.
That's right.
I'm not entirely sure what fraud he thinks he's.
I think the fraud is.
committed for.
I think because I did see something about that on his channel. The fraud is it's not an experiment. I think that's what it is.
Ah, yes. Something independent variable. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
Yeah. It's quite funny that Oakley hasn't done a reaction to my video where I point out how it is an experiment because our location is the variable.
Oh yeah, but he has also claimed things like time cannot be an independent variable in an experiment.
Mind you, he's also claimed that the Earth's measured flat when he seems to forget what dip correction is.
Yeah, and he always puts that dozen quotes from various documents or websites supposedly supporting his sextant claims about how it's measured from the horizontal plane, and ignoring the next few sentences talking about hemispheres and the fact the whole thing only can rely on it being a globe. He just ignores all that.
Yeah, you've only got the flat baseline after you've applied dip correction, and dip correction, when you draw it out, draws a fucking curve.
Yeah, because I mean the whole thing with that is the only reason you use the horizon is it's the closest thing visually when you're in the ocean to horizontal, but not quite. But we know how much not quite it is, so we correct that, and you deduct it from the angle read, don't you? In effect, to give you your zenith.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, you can't get an angle. You need two straight lines for an angle. You can't have a curved surface." Forgetting that what you're measuring is two lines of sight.
And of course, you don't even need that. You can use a bubble sextant and work straight off of the zenith, or you can use an artificial horizon. So you're bringing the sun down to the reflection in your artificial horizon. You're not looking at the ordinary horizon at all. You're not trying to correct from a curve. You just take it from the artificial horizon and half the angle. The guy, it's pathetic, isn't it? It really is pathetic. Do you know, I talk to people at work. They know I do this channel, and a few of them are subscribers and watch it, and they can't believe the stupid that you and I and others, Dave, deal with. These people are ridiculous.
No, I have the same conversation where people are usually like, because I still sort of did a couple of weeks ago did a photography job that's pretty annual, and you go and sort of I end up working with a couple of different photographers, and a couple of them I've not seen for like 2 years, which is about when I started the flat Earth content. So
yeah.
People are like, "Oh, how's the YouTube channel going?" Thinking I'm doing photography, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's going really well. It's, yeah, I'm debunking idiots now."
And talking about not idiots, MC Toon's in the chat, and he's just said, "I'm bringing a bubble sextant to Antarctica. Bob the science guy is lending me his." Nice one. And Toon, I don't know if you saw, I did stick a comment. It's totally up to you. Do feel free to drop into the Discord if you want, and I'll pull you in if you want to. If not, that's fine too, pal. And I hope you're well, because I've not spoken to you for a while. He's a nice guy, is Toon.
Okay, I was watching MC Toon's stream last night. I think it was in there where they were talking about sun simulators. I was like, oh my goodness, come on now. It's really, they'll go to anything but the truth. Anything but reality.
Still, the sun simulators are still not as good as there could be multiple suns.
Oh god, yeah, I saw that one. Somebody saying 4 suns would work. I don't know how.
Why has no one ever noticed them before?
Why
has never been seen before?
Wait, you're traveling with Witsit. Probably something about a toroidal field, because he likes to say.
Oh, I tell you what, one thing I would love to see, Dave, is a video of you guys sat round a table on your way there, having an evening meal and talking. Just, even if you talk about ordinary, non-flat earth or non-scientific things, I wonder if Witsit totally talks in his gobbledygook salad dressing word salad the whole time about everything, or is it only about flat Earth? I'd love to see that. For about 10 minutes, then I've had enough. You got it for rather a long time.
Imagine. I don't imagine. I think it's going to be like one of them scenes in American TV shows where all the globies will just be sat around at a table and they'll walk in with the trays of food and then go and sit somewhere else.
My question would be, will Whitsit bring a banjo? Because every time I hear him talk, there's a banjo sounding in my head.
Oh, do you know, I am very, very close to putting this etherically displaced as my ringtone on my phone and hoping some fucker rings me when he's there.
Will Whitsit continue to stay mad at MC Toon and just give him an attitude the whole time, or will he be an adult and just carry on?
No, he doesn't want to play with him. He's not going to be his friend anymore.
Hopefully he's got plenty of luggage allowance for all the toys he's going to throw out of his pram.
Oh man, it does sound fun though.
Didn't Whitsit pull that? Yeah, it was Whitsit who pulled that stupid stunt a few years back, where he took like an amp and a microphone and went to some national park and then started waffling on about flat Earth.
Oh yeah, didn't he get
he
dealt
went
with
to
by
Mount Rushmore
security?
and got arrested.
That's right. Yeah.
And could not understand that his right to his free speech doesn't mean he gets the use of having loudspeaker and yell at people like a lunatic.
When they're viewing a beautiful thing like that, an amazing sight. Yeah, who wants to travel all the way to have a look at something stunning like that, just to hear that crap pumped out over no doubt distorted speakers?
I think back then, was he still hanging out with, what was his name, Nathan Thompson, or was that just after it?
Wasn't that just after? Because he started a tour, didn't he, with Nathan Thompson? They had a big falling out, didn't they?
Yeah, Nathan Thompson basically stole the money and got high and drunk.
Oh, FE peer review, good night to you, my friend. And a Turtle Moves has actually said, Mr. Sensible, the multiple suns are reflections of your personal dome. What, my personal dome?
I've not
So
got room on the plane to take my personal dome with me.
That's not a personal dome. That's called being follically challenged. Thank you very much.
That's not. It's a lifestyle choice. It's for aerodynamics. I'm a man built for speed. Oh, have you know? That's what my wife says anyway.
That's why my situation is approaching a similar state. I need the really short hair to sit on my desk more aerodynamically, yes, at work.
Dr. Nimrod said it was around that time, I think, that Whitsit and Thompson split up. And was that shortly after Thompson lost his massive Facebook group? Do you remember that got closed down? His 200,000 members or whatever, and it just got closed down. He lost the lot.
I mean, the last I heard of Nathan Thompson was that that thought actually scared me a little bit. He started working on some farm that legally grew weed, and since then nobody has heard of him.
Farm probably went out of business.
Yeah, but he probably ate it.
Yeah, it's now called the Mojave Desert or something. Yes.
Well, it looks like MC Toon has decided not to deign us with his presence. So sorry, guys. Yeah, shameful, isn't it? Never mind. It was nice to see him here anyway. Yeah. So, when you're going, you're obviously going to have to take quite a bit of gear with you, Dave. I presume you have to get all that together, like a nice warm coat, because you don't want to catch a cold now, do you? The mittens we said. I presume you have to get some sort of snow goggles as well, won't you, and things like that?
Yeah, so ALE, the company that's taken us out there, they've provided a list of gear that they say to take. The really heavy duty stuff, the snow boots, I think it's the snow boots, the sleeping bag, the coat, the overcoat, and I think it's the gloves or trousers. Basically, the over like the sort of Arctic weather stuff that most people don't own.
Yeah.
They say you can buy it, or they'll provide it at a rental price.
Fair enough.
So Will's already paid for me to rent that stuff, but then the sort of the underlayers, the thermal layers below it, I'll need to take with me.
Yeah. But I suppose
which
in the grand scheme of things, it's small beer, isn't it? When you consider everything else that's all the other expenditures.
Yeah, I think all told, it's I think it's probably a couple of £100 worth of.
Dave, is it supposed to be that cold there? I thought it was going to be maybe in the 30s. Is that right?
Yeah, you're talking Fahrenheit.
Well, 30s
Yeah.
Fahrenheit. Sorry. It's 0 degrees C.
Yeah, I'm not taking shorts and t-shirt. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And we got Mr. MC Toon in the house. Good evening to you, sir.
How are you?
Not so bad, thank you, my friend. How are you?
I'm great.
All the guys are getting together here.
Yeah. Power Rangers assemble.
Mike?
So we got 2 Antarctic explorers here now. Congratulations! I'm glad you're going, my friend.
Not quite yet. Still fundraising, but yeah, I'm excited.
You'll get there. Can I ask how close you are to it?
I'm right at 12,000.
Out of?
I put a goal of 40. I could probably do it for like 36.
Yeah, a bit of leeway. Well, listen, if you've got a link to your GoFundMe, please feel free, pop it in the chat. Or if one of the mods can find Toon's GoFundMe and pop it in the chat, that would be really kind. Really kind.
There you go.
Do you know if
Thank you.
You're going to be at Union Glacier Camp, right? Do you guys know if you will have any chance to go into the Heritage Range? That's in the Ellsworth Mountains, which is kind of close.
To my knowledge, we're just going to be in that vicinity there. There's, I think we're going to take, Will had said that we're going to take a sightseeing flight while we're there, and like bike. They have bikes you can go up on the mountains.
Push
Yeah,
bikes.
he mentioned you guys well, you might take a flight tour of the area. That would be really cool.
The geology up there is meant to be really interesting. There's a whole bunch of Cambrian and Precambrian fossils around as well. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, I it's not my subject, but that sounds interesting.
So are you going to look for the edge of the dome, though, Toon?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to chip off a little piece so we can bring it back and test it.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Because it's simultaneously blue glass and molten water of some sort, and also solidified helium, depending on who you ask.
With added bullshit.
Yeah, mixed in liberally.
Yeah. And yet meteors can pass through it
somehow.
Yeah, it's incredible stuff.
Or meteors are chunks of the dome falling off, depending on who you ask.
So they change from this blue glass, watery, mixed with bullshit into sort of
into
iron
into nickel iron cores. Yes,
something like that. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a toroidal field in there somewhere.
Talking of those sort of things, I visited Meteor Crater, Arizona. That was an amazing place, absolutely stunning. And in the visitor set, sorry, when was I there? Yeah. Did you say? Oh gosh, probably about 18 or 19 years ago. Oh. And in the visitor centre, they've got the largest chunk of the meteor found, and it was just incredible. Absolutely incredible. I when I was going around, I had a look. I forgot what you call them. You get the little nodules. They're supposed to be cast around everywhere from the explosion, but I couldn't find any. And I did walk about a quarter of the way round. They take you round one direction on the path, and there was like an overhanging rock, and people were taking turns to stand on the rock facing the rim to have a photo taken. And I did that. I'm scared of heights. I did that, had the photo, and I looked, what the bloody hell am I doing? Because I'm absolutely petrified of heights. But I'm just so glad I did. It was stunning, absolutely stunning place. Recommend it.
That's cool. Yeah, my dad's in Arizona, so.
Oh right, yeah.
Maybe when I go visit him in this winter, I'll pop through.
Yeah, well, I went to Meteor Crater, Grand Canyon, and Painted Desert. That was stunning. Oh, and Petrified Forest.
Oh. Now, when you were at the Grand Canyon, did you see the markings from when the giants scooped it out to make the moon?
No, I didn't. No.
No, come on now. It was the Great Flood. We all know that.
Although they can't quite explain how it meanders like that, this rushing flood of water. But that was something else that was stunning, because when I went to Grand Canyon National Park, as I was entering the park, there was a sign because they had an IMAX cinema there. I'd never been to an IMAX cinema at that time, and I thought, hey, this is an opportunity. And it was a film about the Grand Canyon. It was only a 20-minute, 30-minute film, and it was absolutely stunning. I thought, wow, this Grand Canyon is amazing. Because you see it on telly or in a book or whatever picture, and you think it's amazing. That looked so much better. When I drove up to the actual canyon, I deliberately didn't look at it. I pulled up the car, and you have to switch off your engine because they're very hot on minimising pollution. And then walked out, looking at the ground the whole time, looking at the ground onto a promontory, till I held the bars at the edge, looked up, and I tell you, I couldn't speak. My jaw just dropped. It was 10 miles to the other side. Yeah. And down at the bottom, what's that little ribbon of, that little ditch down? That's the mighty Colorado River. It was incredible. If anyone gets the chance and hasn't been, go. You will never forget it.
Pictures and words. Don't do it.
No, they don't. They really don't. And until you see it, you won't know. Funny story though. A quick story. A guy I used to work with, he went to the Grand Canyon, and he went onto promontory, was having a good look round, and enjoyed the view for however long. Turned around and was face to face with his neighbour. They didn't know that they either were going on holiday, that they were both going to the States, and they both visited the Grand Canyon. And one was stood behind the other without even realising it. What's the odds against that? Don't know.
Sorry, my son just walked in.
Hello, Toon son.
I found it amazing to be looking down at helicopters that were flying through the canyon.
I'd done that from the Burj Al Khalifa. That was odd as well.
Yeah.
That's something else you need to do if you ever go to Dubai. Don't just go up the Burj Khalifa. Don't go to the at the top. Pay for the VIP. The first level people go up to, which is pretty high, works out to be about the equivalent of £50. Going to at the top was about 100. You go to the VIP, it's double again, £200. But it was absolutely stunning. It's about another 12 floors, which doesn't sound much, but once you pay for that one, you can go down to the others. And you see the difference, and it does make a big difference. And also, you go to the VIP, they're serving you coffees, you've got little cakes and things like that, the comfy sofas, you can spend a couple of hours there just enjoying the view. You go down to the other, and it's like scum class. They're all jammed in, and half of it's gift shop, and you can't get to the windows.
That's your tallest building in the world, correct?
Yeah.
At the moment?
Yeah, Burj Al Khalifa. It's incredible. Incredible. And of course, there's still quite a number of levels above you, and then all the spire above that.
So,
go on.
For reference, the flat earthers that claim that there will be a sun simulator somehow being, on the ground, moving around, I did the math. At the lowest point, the sun will be 13 degrees elevation, and if they were to put the sun simulator 2 miles away, they would need to build a tower 2,438 feet tall to hold up the sun simulator. The Burj Khalifa is 2,700 feet tall. So almost as tall as the Burj Khalifa would have to be on a mobile platform that's telescoping on the ice, and if it's only 2 miles away.
Wait, I can already tell you the possible counter argument. Holograms. There you go. Done.
Yep.
But it would be circling your camp. That makes no sense. Like if it's only
Well,
2
yeah,
miles away,
it's on a-
why
yeah,
would it
it's
be
on a-
circling your camp?
Well, obviously it's on a mobile platform of some sort, right?
I presume they'll power it off all the power banks Dave's going to take for his filming.
Yes. So
Yes,
back
and
quick
that
on the
sa- Sorry.
if I can on the Grand Canyon. Now, when you were there, Mr. S, did you do what all guys kind of want to do when you're at the Grand Canyon?
Hock a greenie into it?
No.
No, not that. No, it wouldn't be that, of course. Do what then?
My wife got a picture of myself and all my boys cutting a whiz into it. No kidding.
No.
No kidding.
I just had a super chat from M2M for £10. Thank you. Excuse me. Says, imagine Vallis Marineris on Mars. That is a canyon. That canyon is 200 kilometres at its widest and 4,000 kilometres long. P.S. Good to have you back, Mr. S. Thank you, M2M. Yeah, that goes about a third of the way around the planet, doesn't it? Vallis Marineris. I can't even say it.
I was hoping to throw a paper airplane into the canyon, but that's apparently frowned upon. I didn't want to risk it.
Well, they make you go and pick it up,
Right.
throw it in the bin. It was one of the most amazing things I've seen. Absolutely stunning. The IMAX film I saw there, that actually showed flying through, and that was quite a stunning feeling. And it was about the I've forgotten the name of the tribe of Indians that used to live there. Yeah, it's worth seeing. So you've obviously been there too. It is stunning, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
If you're close, go.
Definitely. And actually, even if you're not, it's worth a travel to see it, I think. It's one of those things, if you at all have the opportunity, you have to take it. That's how I felt about that. That's how I felt about the Burj Khalifa. I had that opportunity, and so I took it. I mean, £200 to go up in an elevator rather quickly and spend a couple of hours in the top of the building, that's rather expensive, but I'm still glad I spent the money. You know, I really am. I know. Yeah.
Next, you got to base jump off it.
I'll tell you what I did do, because I said earlier on how scared I am of heights. When I was at the Burj, we went out onto the, what do you call it? Not a veranda, but there's an open air section up there. And actually, incidentally, on the VIP section, it's just got a sort of low chest height barrier. If you go down to the lower sections where the public can go out, they've got the same height barrier, and then they've got a glass wall, so it's just a gap like that. You can't stick your head through to look down. So anyway, it's just a barrier, and I've got a video of it somewhere on my channel, and I really, really gingerly walked up to it, reached out, shaking to hold the barrier, and pulled myself to. But I did look down over the edge of that. Once I was there, I was okay. But again, it was one of those things. I thought I have to do it. I'll only regret it if I don't. And it was wonderful.
That's pretty cool.
I wonder, because I've never seen a statistic about it, if how many accidents there are in Grand Canyon with idiots being, idiots recklessly.
Yeah, because there's no barriers. There is none.
What, you mean people trying to piss off the edge and then slipping?
Wait a second. Hold on. We did not slip.
Funny story. I had a schoolmate who came home drunk, couldn't find his key on a cold winter night, and had to really go, which he did. And in the morning he came out and slipped on that and broke his leg.
How do you explain that to everyone? And by the way, M2M's just let us know that Vallis Marineris is about a fifth of Mars' circumference at its equator. Thank you.
He didn't really try to find an excuse, because he was just the kind of idiot who took great pride in that and told the story to it. I mean, here on the west coast in Ireland, there are the more or less well-known cliffs of Moher, and they're only about 250 meters, not quite high, 700 something feet, and there's somebody falling off nearly every year because this.
Well, you think they'd have learnt by now? If they fell off last year, why would you do it again? Some people.
You'd think that on a wet and windy day on the Irish West Coast, when there's gale force wind, standing at the precipice of that thing, you'd think, no, that's probably not a good idea. We'd take the selfie over there, will we? But
Yeah.
no.
Hang on, I'm confused. When is there not a wet and windy day in Ireland?
That is Ireland, isn't it?
Excuse me, the Irish summer is beautiful, both hours.
Well, I must admit, I've only been to Ireland once, and it was absolutely stunning. So green, so beautiful. That was about 5-6 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. I was only there for a long weekend, but I really enjoyed it.
Were you in the paint aisle at B&Q?
No, I don't know the name of the place. It was a little village not that far out of Dublin. That shocked me, how quickly it changed from Dublin to really open countryside.
I mean, I live in the second largest city on this in the Republic of Ireland. That's Cork, and that's only a fifth of the size or so of Dublin.
Yeah.
So it's like Dublin and the commuter belt around Dublin should be something like a third of the population of the country.
Do you get snow in the winter?
Rarely, and when there is some, half the country comes to a standstill. The two British gentlemen here will probably remember the big freeze in 2009-10.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I've lived here in Ireland now for 20 years, but I'm German by birth. And there was 15-20 centimeters of snow, and the country basically stopped.
Do you know, I can't remember the last time seeing that much snow. Where I live, we used to get occasional snow, only a few inches. Now we're lucky if it even makes the ground white. It's nothing like it used to be. We're coming around full circle to this global warming.
Up in Northern Ireland, they have a bit of snow now and then, and in the, let's call them mountains, you'll see a bit as well, but not here, not this close to the sea.
Yeah.
Normally. We do get rain occasionally.
Which is what you were accused of, weren't you? And you started getting all uppity about that.
No. Again, both hours of the Irish summer are really beautiful. They're scheduled for an afternoon in August, typically.
Oh, guess what? I've just been looking, and I just found something. I don't know. Actually, I wonder if it'll tell me. Let me just see. Properties. Oh, it was 2000, so it was 24 years ago. I've just found that very photograph I was talking about. Let me see if I can get this flipping window capture thing to give you all a laugh. I think I've done more joy this time. Sorry, I'm just going to have to tinker a bit. Come on, show me the picture. Maybe I can get the picture to come onto... yeah, I know what to do. I'll get it to go onto my browser. Will it? It's all right. Keep talking, and I'll tech. That's what I'll do. I'll tech. I'm getting there.
Hey, Mike, when is the deadline for you to complete your fundraising and get the money paid?
90 days out.
Oh, you're getting close, huh?
We're on the other side.
Oh, you're already within. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it, thinking, well, where do I start dishing out the money for stuff? Because I got to buy all the gear, need to pay for the hotel room, pay for the flight. So I'm thinking at 20,000 raised is when I'll do that. And I'm around 12 now. So.
Sorry.
So you said 90 days out to get the money in, but you said you're on the other side already. So
yeah, that's when they want it. But I emailed with them, and they're like, "Yeah, this is when we'd like it," and that's what you need in order to ensure a spot. But they don't sell out, so it's a little bit of a, wink, wink. This will ensure you have a spot, but we've never actually had a problem with all the spots being filled.
They're not going to turn you away if they have an empty spot, even if it's a couple weeks prior, probably.
Yeah. I mean, they have my my passport. They've done the medical questionnaire. They've passed on that. So
This is beginning to sound as if it's all just a conspiracy by big Antarctica tourism.
I was going to take this opportunity to say I've had a couple of super chats. David Oliver, £5. Welcome back, Mr. Sensible. Thought you stopped making YouTubes. I'm glad the live streams are back on. Thank you very much, David, for the super chat and a nice comment. And April Van Ryn for $2 Canadian. Most people who fall in are pretending to fall in. I don't know. Is this this thing we talk about in Ireland? I don't know. But just here's that photo. I said that this is a meteor crater, and it was the year 2000. So, yeah.
I'd say if you fall into the Atlantic, you stay fallen in. That would be my prediction. I don't know what the independent variable there is. You're gonna have to ask Oakley.
If you've got a Lilo or not.
All right, yeah.
No, I tried zooming in, but it doesn't zoom in on the screen capture, unfortunately. I got the same hairstyle. Exactly the same hairstyle. But yeah, there was that rock promontory that I was talking about, and when I realised where I was stood, I absolutely crapped my pants. But I'm glad I got the picture. So I wasn't lying or anything. I did go there.
Looks like CGI to me.
I was just gonna say, was this done with a P1000? Because if not, then sorry.
No, that was done with my camera, which was I remember that camera. It's the first digital camera I had. It was 1.3 megapixels. I was well impressed with that at the time. So I do actually have... I also went to... what's it called? Tombstone, Arizona. And I went into Boot Hill Graveyard, Boot Hill Cemetery, and saw the graves of the Clantons and the McLauries. It was an interesting place. I did enjoy Arizona. It's the only time I've been to the States. I really enjoyed it. I'd like to go again.
I've never been.
I've only seen the coasts and Houston.
Houston, we have a problem.
And Atlanta Airport, which I do not recommend.
Is that the airport that's regarded as the gates of hell?
Well, it was the airport where people that had to, transferred from one flight to another had to still go through immigration.
No, there is an airport. There's an airport somewhere that's rumoured to be the gates of hell, and like there's a statue of a horse with flaming red eyes outside. Am I imagining that, or has anyone else heard of that?
I mean, there's a place called Hell in Norway. That I do know.
No, there was an actual airport. Is it Denver? Come on, people in the chat. They're obviously on a bit of a delay, but people in the chat, let us know which is that airport from hell.
Denver supposedly has some kind of secret military installation or something under it. If you're a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, yeah, a quick Google and you're finding the horse statue, all right?
Yeah. So which airport is it? Is that Denver?
Denver. They apparently have nicknamed the horse because it's blue. It's nicknamed Blucifer.
But I don't know. I can't remember why. But there's all sorts of things about the airport which have pointed. It's one of those strange conspiracy theories. Where have we heard those before? That it's the gates to hell. Dr. Nimrod says Atlanta is the worst in the world. The airport.
It's a Jesus.
And Steve Martin was the first in the chat to say Denver Airport. Thank you. Yeah. Very strange. Oh, and that super chat. Dr. Nimrod said it's Atlanta Airport is the worst airport, but yep, Denver Airport is the one that has the conspiracy theory that it is the actual gates of hell.
I got it.
Have a look at it sometime. Oh, So maybe you won't make it to the Antarctic then.
It's about 24 hours from when I take off until I land in Punta Arenas.
It took me 35 to get from here to Tasmania. Was worth it though.
Yeah.
Donkeys years ago, when I was working for an IT company, one of our customers was, I think it was the Peruvian Air Force, no less, and they needed someone to go out there to do some work on our software in Peru, and I was slated to go, and I was really, really looking forward to it. What a chance! Paid flight to somewhere like that. And the technical director of the company thought, that's a sweet job, I'll take it. So, so I was spitting teeth, and so he was flown there. Unfortunately, what he didn't know until he got there is that all the work took place on a Peruvian Air Force base, and he wasn't allowed off of it, so he didn't see anything at all. Yes! So I was rather glad I missed out on 2 weeks on an Air Force base under lockdown. I Am Blue says, sounded like I was talking about the Phoenix Sky Harbour International Airport with a statue called the Horse for Travellers. No, definitely not Sky Harbour. I've been there, and that wasn't the Gates of Hell. It was Denver. As Sofa King Sleepy says, yeah, it's Denver. Even the wall art and the sculptures will make you shudder. That's right. Have a look at it. Look up Denver Airport and the rumours about it. It's quite funny. Don't tell flat earthers, because I'm sure they'll somehow connect that into your 24-hour sun. Because you came through Denver Airport.
That's Illuminati confirmed then, is it?
It's that sort of stuff. Oh, Judy Bassett spent 8 days hiking in the Grand Canyon. That sounds amazing. Well, where are we? Just coming up on 2 hours. So going back to the very start of the show, Peter and Pete have done a response video to my latest video. So I will have a look at that over the next few days and consider my next move. I don't know if they saw my response to my original video when they hadn't responded, because I was ripping the piss out of them. I don't know how they felt about that. They might not have seen it yet.
I think Conspiracy Cats had a longer exchange with them several years back as well.
But then they drifted away from the whole flat Earth thing, as we were saying. They went to this strange chemistry stuff they spout.
He argued with them about the strange chemistry stuff.
Yeah, you should definitely go watch all of those videos that he did many times. Do, super thankses on those videos. Pass them around to everybody. Make sure you get thousands of views on those videos.
Yeah, that'll... that'll make... That'll
subscribe to hit that channel, of course.
Well, I was thinking of actually reporting them, and maybe that damn channel will get taken down.
What? Hold on a second.
Oh, well. Right, well, listen, guys, it's coming up on 2 hours, which I don't mind, but although I haven't got too early a start tomorrow, I have got work tomorrow, so I'm going to need to get some sleep. It's 10:30 here, and British summertime, without the summer.
What summer?
Not partying hard.
Yeah. So, this has been a nice surprise, having you guys come in. Toon, I'm glad I don't know. I know someone was saying to you, go on, Toon, go on. I don't know how much they pushed you into it, but I'm glad you popped on as well. And it's good to meet you, Dave. You've been on my streams in the side chat a couple of times. You super chatted me a couple of times. Thank you very much. But it's nice to actually speak to you.
Yes, likewise. It's. I did think I'd missed the boat on you when you disappeared, but it's good to have you back.
Yeah, thank you. I'm hoping that I am back now. And Doran Koo's just super chatted €6, saying, I thank the panel for keeping Mr. S so distracted that we didn't get to see P&P. Thanks for that, Dora. Yeah.
That's the only reason I came on, was to keep them off my screen.
Yeah. Oh.
But they use the same music as you, Dave.
Oh God, don't remind me.
Yeah, isn't it annoying, Dave? Because I use that same provider of music, and of course I use their intro, and you have to download the track to get the code each time, unless you bought it, I presume. You know, I don't know if you pay to use their music or if you use it free, but you have to get the license code. It used to be you would just download it once, and you got a code.
Where
and
have
that
you
was
got
it.
it from? Because I've not been doing that.
Well, if they've been cancelling all your videos,
No?
I can't think of the name of it. 1 second. I should be able to tell you.
They've got the special secret pass from Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Did he?
Yeah.
It's
I'll be able to tell you in about 2 seconds.
That's absolutely fine.
It was because I had to put the license code in. bensound.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's as long as you. I got it ages ago, and it just said as long as you put the.
Yeah. The little attribution. Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned it. I think I
that's
had
right.
one video of mine when I tried. I think I'd left it running for a while at the end, longer than usual, and it tried to ping it for copyright, but I shrunk it down and it said it was fine. But I've not had any issues with any of it.
Yeah, I think you used to just sort of have to give the attribution music by Bensound. They were cool with that. Now, if you haven't bought it, even if you use the same track each time, you have to get a new license key because it's per video now. But I think they're sensible enough to know, well, those older ones were under the old licensing system, because I don't get it. You know, I haven't had to reload or get new license keys for stuff I've used in my older stuff. But now I have to if I use stuff again. I don't tend to use much anyway, so it's not a big deal.
So the lads did not give you the secret code in the Illuminati clubhouse, is what we're getting here.
No, not me anyway.
Well,
Clive Wells has just come in, said you can start the stream now, Mr. Sensible. Right, yeah, guys, I'm going to thank you, and thank you as well to my other guests. Do you know what, for some reason I can't even get this Discord to show up. So we got Dave McKeegan, MC Toon, Timo, and You Are Mopped. So thank you guys very much for popping in, and I'm looking over to you there, and yeah, that doesn't work. But thank you very much for popping in. It's been great. Thank you. If you want to pop, thank you. If you want to pop into the live waiting room and have a chat for a few minutes after, because I'm just going to wind up the stream, then you're very welcome to. But let's do what I always do. We'll go through, you guys. You got any last words to say? Sounds a bit final, doesn't it? So let's go in reverse order. You are Mop. Do you have anything to say before the end of the stream? Any videos or anything you want to shill out?
Well, yeah, I just interviewed Will Duffy recently. I've already interviewed Dave McKeegan here and MC Toon in the past. Thank you, guys. Good speaking with you again. And my video interview with Will Duffy will be coming out either on Sunday or Monday, so look out for that. And Mr. Sensible, you know, we've spoken back and forth on Twitter or X.
Yes.
I was asking, hoping to speak with you as well.
I know, and I'm rather lax at that. I am aware. I'm sorry. I will try and respond to your last message whenever it was. It was going back a bit. I apologise.
It's all good.
Okay, thank you. And
all right,
Timo,
thanks for having me.
You're very welcome anytime. And Timo,
go somebody help MC Toon crowdfund this trip, will you?
yeah, Toon. I see. You're mopped. Dora's just dropped a link to your channel in there. Thank you, Dora, for doing that. And if we can drop that link to Toon's GoFundMe to keep him in. What are those drinks you used to like? Was it Tabs, Toon?
Tab,
Is that,
yeah. I need
yeah, that's what it's for, really, isn't it?
A palette of Tab, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
The challenge with Tab is that in order to get it, you need also a DeLorean. But to put an entire palette, you need also a DeLorean compatible trailer to go back in time to get it.
And they're a bitch to get hold of, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, I know.
Yeah.
Stainless steel everywhere. It's hard.
Okay, thank you, Timo. So, Toon, yourself, do you have any last words? Anything to share?
Well, yeah, what Timo said. But yeah, thanks, Mr. S. I'm really glad you're back. I was getting a little itchy when when you didn't have new videos all the time, so I didn't know what to do. So I'm glad you're back. Make
Thank
sure
you.
you get Will on so that you can get on the participant board for the final experiment.
Yeah, he's got me on that list of promises about closing down my channel if
Oh yeah.
well, yeah, closing down my channel if the sun doesn't set on those dates in December. But also, I offered Nathan Oakley £1,000 if he took them up on the offer. So it looks like my £1,000 is actually safe. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure, my friend. And Dave.
I just want to say McFlatty for president, and I'm still pissed he's not going to Antarctica.
He's trying. He's trying.
Wow, that'd be more GoFunding, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or he'll have to go on a game. You don't know that expression?
No.
No. Oh, right.
McFlatty's only fans.
On the game, prostitute himself.
Oh.
Yes.
His mom won't let him do that.
No.
No.
Oh well, I guess he's not going then. Never mind. Okay, listen, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's been here tonight. All the subscribers, anyone who's new especially, please consider subscribing and hitting notify. I'd like to see you again. My members, my patrons, everyone, thank you very much for coming. Take care of yourselves and good night.
Mr. Sensible, Mr. Sensible, bring me some cheese, and get me only the best if you please, Here are some flowers, let me display them. Yea, better one, or you have gone, or slay them. Mr. Sensible, you are a man. Every subscriber is a faithful fan. Bring your logic and your cheese, Mr. Sensible, help us out please. Mr. Sensible, I needed proof of gravity, so I jump off the roof, It had not let me go further. Why was I ever such a darn flat earther, Mr. Sensible? I'm such a clown. I am the laughing stock of the town. Bring your logic and your cheese, Mr. Sensible, help me out please. Mr. Sensible, bring me a sphere, to which the waters of the oceans adhere, have explanations that let me be candid, so clear that all the fluffers understand it. Mr. Sensible, please hear my call, the earth is not flat, so let's have a ball, so bring your logic and your cheese, Mr. Sensible.